Page 14, organ echoes. We're going to sort of sound like an organ, I guess. Now what they're doing is you see the echo part on the second line, and it happens in other places, but just for example, in the first measure of the second line, it's MP for medium soft and the pedal's down. In the next measure, you're playing the same notes an octave higher, but this time a little softer. And in the next measure, you're playing the same notes again an octave higher again. It's like an echo, right? And it wouldn't hurt to play the high notes even softer than soft. So go very soft on those. So each one gets a little softer. It's like when you hear an echo over and over, it gets softer and softer, same difference. That's really what this thing is all about. We're playing these chords, the hands are moving around. Don't let the hand moving around bit, because the pedal's helping you out connecting the notes, and you're playing the same notes pretty much, just in different octaves. That's good practice. At the end, bottom of page 15, last line, take a look at it. Right hand starts down here for the first two notes. The left hand starts first with the first two notes. And the right hand does the next three notes. And they're tied. They're held down here in the right hand. So you're going to hold them down. And you're going to hold them down all the way to the end. They're tied all the way to the end, right? The left hand crosses over to get the B and the G, right? And then a rest, and during that rest, you got to get the left hand down to the low G. Not this G, it's an octave lower. It's got an 8 VA under it, so you got to go down to here. Then at the end, the hands and the pedal all come up at the same time. At the bottom of page 14, in the second measure, they have an LH for and the stems are going down for the bottom two notes. They're telling you play the D and the F sharp with the left hand, and then the C and the D with the right hand. Well, if you look at the first measure, that's what you're playing here. And you know you're playing the same notes, just an octave higher. We've already been through that. So yeah, you're going to do that here, here, and then here. Right? They did it that way in the second measure, put in the LH and all that, because they put all the notes in the same staff, and they want you to understand that the left hand is playing them. It's in the other two measures following. It's understood if you're going to do it in that measure, you're going to play the left hand in these other measures too. They're just helping you out on that. They really don't need the LH on that. You should be able to know that the left hand's going to do that just because of the way the stems go. They work that way. Let's talk about the pedal. I recommend overlapping pedal for the most part. That's not exactly what they're indicating, but that's what I'm recommending. So at the first line of this, you're going to push the notes down and then the pedal. Do the next measure, overlap it. Next measure, overlap it, and then hold it all the way through. Now after the echo, I recommend you treat it like a new phrase. So lift the pedal right before you play the notes so we get just a little bit of silence. You're here? And after each of these echoes, I recommend lift the pedal up so we get a little bit of silence. It's like a phrase break. They didn't put in phrasing, so I'm sort of putting in phrasing for you. At the end, on page 15, the last line, well, start a measure before the last line. You're ending a phrase here. Before you play the last line, I recommend you lift the pedal so we get a little bit of silence before the note. So that is one phrase by itself. Let's try this out and see what happens. It's a 3/4 time. You're in the key of G, so you got one sharp, F sharp, wherever that is. So the right hand here, left hand, foot's on the pedal. 1, ready, go.